Today we are going to start about the error analysis for the. Today we are going to start about error analysis. Error analysis for the global positioning system. Error analysis for the global positioning system. So I don't want to repeat again and again, or if you want, just you need to remember. The most of us use global positioning system every single day. Every single day. It has become an inseparable part of our life. Let it be Google Map or any other GPS based navigation systems. We are heavily depend on it, or we are heavily depends on it only. This post will discuss in the first class, it seems, what is global positioning system, what is the architecture, what is the working principle, future of global positioning system, applications, advantages and disadvantages. So in the first class, it seems we discussed, right? Just need to remember, that's it. So after that, so from the third unit, we are going to discussing about error analysis for the global positioning system. The error analysis for the global positioning system is important for understanding how GPS works, and for knowing what magnitude of error errors should be expected. For knowing what magnitude of errors should be expected. Excuse me. The global positioning system makes corrections for receiver clock errors, the global positioning system will make corrections for receiver clock errors. Let us assume if you are going to receiving the signal from the receiver section of a GPS, so we need to see the receiver clock signal, whether the transmitter and receiver clock time or clock time period will be, we have any differ, or both are synchronized. If both are synchronized means there is no problem at all. If there is no synchronization, if the both signals will be not in a synchronized position means by default the receiver will get the error. And other effects, but there are still residual errors which are not corrected. Other effect, but there are still residual errors which are not corrected. And you need to see that whether the GPS receiver will be in proper position or not. If it is not in a proper position, what will happen? At that time also we will get an error in the receiver section. So you need to see that GPS receiver position is whether in proper or not. So if it is not proper, so we need to do some computations. So based on the received signal from the satellite, so we need to do some calculations with the help of computation, DSP computations. computer techniques. You know it, the data will be receiving from the satellite. So based on the position of the GPS receiver. Here see, sorry for the disturbance. Okay, so see, when will you get it, these such type of errors means if the receiver position is not in proper, or if the transmitted signal and receiving signal is not having a same clock signal, so then only will get it the errors. If the clock frequency or the clock signal is not in a same synchronous manner, So in that case, you will get the clock error. Fine. So coming to this GPS receiver position. So based on this GPS receiver position, okay, again you will get the error. So if you want to overcome such type of problems, means you need to do the some computations, DSP computations. So based on the data received from the satellite, and this error depends on the geometric deletion of precision and source listed in the table. So which means that we mentioned in the above a few errors. On the clock error, and the other one is the based on the GPS receiver position also. So if you get it such type of errors, means okay, these errors will be coming from the geometric deletion of precision, and sometimes you will get the error based on the source also. Based on the source also we will get it the errors. So these are the key sources these are the major errors what we have in our syllabus. Okay, come. So then next, atmospheric effects. Atmospheric effect. Inconsistencies of atmospheric conditions. Inconsistencies of atmospheric conditions affect the speed of the GPS signal. Affect the speed of the GPS signals as they pass through the Earth's atmosphere. The GPS signal, as they pass through the signal will be pass through the Earth atmosphere. Especially the signals will be traveling in the ionosphere layer. So in that region only the GPS signals will be there. So there the speed of the GPS signals, there the speed of the GPS signals will be matched with the ionosphere layer range, or that signals are suitable for only speed will be suitable for only that ionosphere layer range. What we need to call means it should be matched with ionosphere. So the correcting these errors is a significant challenge. If you want to correct the errors what we discussed, the first clock errors or GPS receiver errors, we have some propagation errors, right? We have propagation errors and there are some errors, right? SCA errors, ionospheric errors. So in the ionospheric region only these signals will be traveling, right? So because of that reason we will get the ionospheric errors also. And if the signal will be traveling through the troposphere, we will get the tropospheric errors also. See, we will get the GPS error based on the source of GPS, and we will get the selective availability errors, propagation errors, ionospheric errors, tropospheric errors. So all these errors will be getting. So see, this tropospheric, ionospheric errors will be getting from the atmospheric effect only, based on the atmospheric effect only. But the remaining errors what we have in the syllabus, propagation error and selective availability error and GPS errors. So this propagation error will be getting in the transmitter region and receiver region, and between transmitter and channel region will lead to these errors. So in that domains only the signal will be going to propagate or traveling. Okay, fine. So if you want to correcting these errors, these atmospheric errors, troposphere, ionosphere, whatever, tropospheric, ionospheric errors. So these two errors is significant challenge to improving GPS position accuracy. A significant challenge to improving GPS position accuracy. These effects are smallest when the satellite is directly overhead and become greater for satellites nearer the horizon, since the path through the atmosphere is longer. These effects are smallest when the satellite is directly overhead and become greater for satellites near the horizon, since the path through the atmosphere is longer. Atmosphere is longer. Once the receivers approximate location is known, if you know the receiver's exact location approximately, a mathematical model can be used. A mathematical model can be used to estimate the and compensate for these errors. Once the receiver's approximate location is known, a mathematical model can be used to estimate and compensate for these errors. Ionospheric delay of a microwave signal. The delay of a microwave signal depends on its frequency. Ionospheric delay of a microwave signal depends on its frequency. I think you know it, the microwave signal will be having the signal around or above 1 gigahertz. Nowadays most of the signals will be have above 1 gigahertz frequency range, especially microwave signals.